Jubilant, adjective. Meaning, extremely joyful and proud, usually because of success. Examples. The players were jubilant after winning the championship. She gave a jubilant smile when she heard the results. The crowd became jubilant as the team lifted the trophy. Majestic, adjective. Meaning, grand, impressive, and beautiful. Examples. The majestic mountains were covered with snow. We admired the majestic architecture of the palace. The eagle looked majestic as it soared through the sky. Tranquility, noun. Meaning, a state of peace and calm. Examples. The garden offered a sense of tranquility. She enjoys the tranquility of village life. Meditation helps achieve inner tranquility. Adoration, noun. Meaning, deep love, admiration, or respect. Examples. The child looked at her mother with adoration. His adoration for classical music began at a young age. The fans expressed their adoration for the actor. Sanguine, adjective. Meaning, optimistic and confident, especially in difficult situations. Examples. Despite the challenges, she remained sanguine. The manager was sanguine about the company's future. His sanguine attitude inspired the entire team. Felicity, noun. Meaning, great happiness, intense joy. Examples. They lived in felicity after their wedding. The letter brought her immense felicity. He felt pure felicity upon hearing the good news. Mellifluous, adjective. Meaning, sweet and pleasant to hear. Examples. Her mellifluous voice enchanted the audience. The singer's mellifluous tones filled the hall. We listened to the mellifluous sound of the flute. Elated, adjective. Meaning, extremely happy or overjoyed. Examples. She was elated after receiving the award. He felt elated at the birth of his first child. We were all elated by the surprise party. Enthusiasm, noun. Meaning, intense excitement or eagerness. Examples. Her enthusiasm for learning is contagious. He approached the project with great enthusiasm. The team's enthusiasm inspired everyone. Misery, noun. Meaning, great unhappiness, suffering, or distress. Examples. She endured years of misery in a toxic relationship. Losing his job plunged him into misery. He couldn't hide the misery in his eyes. Agony, noun. Meaning, intense physical or emotional pain. Examples. The patient screamed in agony. Her heart was in agony after the breakup. He was in agony waiting for the results. Furious, adjective. Meaning, extremely angry or enraged. Examples. She was furious when she found out the truth. The teacher was furious at the class for cheating. He stormed out in a furious rage. Apprehension, noun. Meaning, anxiety or fear that something bad will happen. Examples. He felt apprehension before the surgery. Her voice was filled with apprehension. I had a sense of apprehension entering the dark alley. Repulsed, adjective. Meaning, feeling intense distaste or disgust. Examples. I was repulsed by the bad smell. She felt repulsed by the cruelty in the film. He was repulsed by their rude behavior. Callous, adjective. Meaning, emotionally insensitive, showing no concern for others' feelings. Examples. Her callous response shocked everyone. Only a callous person would ignore a crying child. His callous behavior caused pain to his friends. Wretched, adjective. Meaning, in a very bad or miserable condition, extremely unhappy. Examples. The refugees lived in wretched conditions. She felt wretched after the argument. That was the most wretched day of his life. Bitterness, noun. Meaning, a feeling of anger, hurt, or resentment due to unfair treatment. Examples. He couldn't hide the bitterness in his tone. Years of bitterness ruined their friendship. She let go of her bitterness and found peace. Infuriated, adjective. Meaning, extremely angry or enraged. Examples. He was infuriated when they blamed him unfairly. Her lies left me infuriated. The customer was infuriated by the poor service. Lethargy, noun. Meaning, a state of sluggishness, inactivity, or lack of energy. Examples. The heat filled everyone with lethargy. After the meal, I sank into lethargy. Depression often brings overwhelming lethargy. Indolence, noun. Meaning, laziness or avoidance of activity or effort. Examples. His indolence kept him from finishing any project. The heat encouraged a feeling of indolence. She was fired for her constant indolence at work. Ecstatic, adjective. Meaning, feeling or showing overwhelming joy or happiness. Examples. She was ecstatic when she won the contest. The couple looked ecstatic on their wedding day. He felt ecstatic after hearing the good news. Cynical, adjective. Meaning, believing people are motivated by selfishness, distrustful. Examples. He has a cynical view of politics. Don't be so cynical, some people genuinely care. Her cynical smile showed disbelief. Venerate, verb. Meaning, to respect deeply, to honor. Examples. Students venerate great teachers. We venerate our national heroes. Ancient cultures venerated the sun. Obtuse, adjective. Meaning, slow to understand or annoyingly insensitive. Examples. He was too obtuse to take the hint. Don't be obtuse, she was clearly hurt. His obtuse answers frustrated the interviewer. Reticent, adjective. Meaning, not revealing one's thoughts or feelings easily, reserved. Examples. She was reticent about her personal life. He remained reticent, avoiding all questions. A reticent person rarely shares emotions. Nonchalant, adjective. Meaning, calm and unconcerned, appearing relaxed and indifferent. Examples. He acted nonchalant, but I knew he was nervous. Her nonchalant attitude impressed everyone. She shrugged in a nonchalant manner and walked away. Audacious, adjective. Meaning, bold, daring, and sometimes shockingly brave. Examples. Climbing the cliff without ropes was audacious. Her audacious question shocked the panel. He made an audacious move to challenge authority. Virtues, noun, plural. Meaning, good moral qualities like honesty, kindness, or integrity. Examples. Patience and humility are considered virtues. Her virtues were praised by everyone in the community. He lacked the virtues needed to lead. Judicious, adjective. Meaning, showing good judgment and sense. Examples. A judicious decision saved the company. He is known for his judicious leadership. She handled the matter in a judicious manner. Altruistic, adjective. Meaning, showing selfless concern for others. Examples. Her altruistic work supports orphan children. He made an altruistic choice to help strangers. Altruistic acts make the world better. Congenial, adjective. Meaning, pleasant because of qualities or interests similar to one's own. Examples. She found the new environment congenial and welcoming. They enjoyed a congenial conversation over coffee. His congenial nature made him popular among colleagues. Tenacious, adjective. Meaning, determined, not giving up easily. Examples. Her tenacious spirit helped her recover. A tenacious athlete never gives up. He was tenacious in pursuing justice. Deceitful, adjective. Meaning, dishonest or misleading, hiding the truth. Examples. His deceitful actions ruined their trust. She gave a deceitful answer to hide the truth. A deceitful friend is worse than an enemy. Rapacious, adjective. Meaning, aggressively greedy or grasping. Examples. The rapacious landlord kept raising the rent. His rapacious appetite for power destroyed nations. The corporation's rapacious behavior harmed the environment. Brash, adjective. Meaning, self-assertive in a rude, noisy, or overconfident way. Examples. His brash comments offended the guests. The new employee made a brash decision. She's too brash for delicate negotiations. Indiscreet, adjective. Meaning, lacking caution in speech or actions, likely to reveal secrets. Examples. His indiscreet remarks got him into trouble. Don't be indiscreet with private matters. She was too indiscreet to trust with secrets. Lecherous, adjective. Meaning, having or showing excessive sexual desire in an offensive way. Examples. The woman felt uncomfortable under his lecherous gaze. His lecherous behavior was condemned. She avoided the lecherous comments. Formidable, adjective. Meaning, inspiring fear, respect, or awe due to size, strength, or ability. Examples. The army faced a formidable opponent in battle. Climbing the mountain was a formidable challenge. She has a formidable intellect that impresses everyone. Denouement, noun. Meaning, the final resolution or outcome of a story. Examples. The denouement of the movie surprised everyone. The denouement brought closure to the plot. It was a satisfying denouement to the drama. Subdue, verb. Meaning, to bring under control, suppress. Examples. The police tried to subdue the crowd. She subdued her anger and responded calmly. They worked to subdue the fire. Quell, verb. Meaning, to put an end to something, especially by force. To calm or silence. Examples. The troops quelled the rebellion. She quelled her nerves before speaking. The teacher quelled the noisy class. Retaliation, noun. Meaning, returning a wrong or attack, revenge. Examples. They launched a retaliation strike. His retaliation made the fight worse. She chose peace over retaliation. Thwart, verb. Meaning, to prevent someone from achieving something. Examples. Their plan was thwarted at the last moment. The guards thwarted the robbery. She worked hard to thwart injustice. Belligerent, adjective. Meaning, aggressive and warlike, ready to fight. Examples. Her belligerent attitude escalated the argument. He became belligerent when questioned. The belligerent nations refused diplomacy. Concord, noun. Meaning, agreement or harmony between people or groups. Examples. The nations signed a concord. Their concord ended years of fighting. We must aim for concord, not competition. Amicable, adjective. Meaning, friendly and peaceful, especially during a disagreement. Examples. They had an amicable divorce. An amicable settlement ended the dispute. He maintained an amicable tone throughout. Infirm, adjective. Meaning, physically weak or frail, especially due to age. Examples. He grew infirm in old age. The infirm patient needed assistance. His body was infirm, but his mind was sharp. Debilitated, adjective. Meaning, made weak or feeble due to illness or exhaustion. Examples. She was debilitated by the flu. The disease left him debilitated. Hunger had debilitated the soldiers. Comatose, adjective. Meaning, in a state of deep unconsciousness for a long time. Examples. He lay comatose in the hospital bed. She slipped into a comatose state. The patient remained comatose for weeks. Insipid, adjective. Meaning, lacking flavor or interest, dull. Examples. The soup was insipid. I found the lecture insipid and boring. Her performance was insipid compared to the others. Clandestine, adjective. Meaning, done in secret, hidden or private, usually for illegal or confidential purposes. Examples. They held a clandestine meeting. Clandestine operations require secrecy. The deal was made in a clandestine manner. Erudite, adjective. Meaning, showing deep, scholarly knowledge. Examples. The professor was respected for his erudite lectures. Her erudite writing style impressed the panel. He gave an erudite explanation of the theory. Astute, adjective. Meaning, clever and perceptive, showing sharp judgment. Examples. Her astute observation solved the case. He's an astute negotiator in business deals. The student gave an astute analysis of the poem. Ingenuous, adjective. Meaning, honest, innocent, and naive. Examples. Her ingenuous smile won everyone's heart. He gave an ingenuous answer, unaware of the consequences. The child's ingenuous questions made them laugh. Inconsolable, adjective. Meaning, unable to be comforted or consoled, extremely sad. Examples. She was inconsolable after hearing the bad news. The child was inconsolable when his pet ran away. He remained inconsolable despite everyone's efforts to cheer him up. Pragmatic, adjective. Meaning, dealing with things sensibly and realistically. Examples. She took a pragmatic approach to solving the issue. A pragmatic leader focuses on results. His advice was honest and pragmatic. Cognizant, adjective. Meaning, aware or having knowledge of something. Examples. She is cognizant of the risks involved. We must be cognizant of cultural differences. He's fully cognizant of his responsibilities. Sagacious, adjective. Meaning, wise, showing good judgment. Examples. Her sagacious advice helped us make the right decision. A sagacious leader earns respect. He was sagacious beyond his years. Reprimand, verb/noun. Meaning, to scold or criticize sharply, verb, a sharp criticism, noun. Examples. The teacher reprimanded the students for being late. She received a formal reprimand from her boss. He was reprimanded for breaking the rules. Admonish, verb. Meaning, to warn or reprimand someone firmly. Examples. The teacher admonished the student for being late. He was admonished for speaking rudely. Parents often admonish children out of concern. Ostracize, verb. Meaning, to exclude someone from a group or society. Examples. The tribe ostracized the member for breaking their code. He was ostracized for his radical views. She felt ostracized at school due to her accent. Vilify, verb. Meaning, to speak or write about someone in an extremely negative way. Examples. The media vilified the politician after the scandal. He was vilified in public speeches. Don't vilify others without knowing the full story. Scornful, adjective. Meaning, feeling or showing contempt or disrespect. Examples. She gave a scornful glance. His tone was scornful and bitter. They laughed in a scornful way. Profane, adjective/verb. Meaning, disrespectful towards sacred things, vulgar or irreverent. Examples. He used profane language in the temple. The film was criticized for being profane. Don't profane what others consider sacred. Absolve, verb. Meaning, to free someone from guilt, blame, or responsibility. Examples. The priest absolved him of his sins. She was absolved of all responsibility. The court absolved the company of negligence. Ephemeral, adjective. Meaning, lasting for a very short time. Examples. Beauty is often ephemeral. Their fame was ephemeral. The sunset created an ephemeral glow. Imminent, adjective. Meaning, about to happen very soon. Examples. A storm is imminent. The collapse of the building seemed imminent. The doctor warned of an imminent heart attack. Oscillate, verb. Meaning, to move back and forth in a regular rhythm. Examples. The fan oscillated from side to side. His opinions oscillated with each argument. The pendulum oscillated steadily. Abate, verb. Meaning, to become less intense or widespread. Examples. The storm began to abate. His anger gradually abated. Pain will abate over time. Plummet, verb. Meaning, to fall or drop straight down at high speed. Examples. Stock prices plummeted. The bird plummeted from the sky. His confidence plummeted after the rejection. Meander, verb. Meaning, to follow a winding or indirect course. Examples. The river meandered through the valley. Tourists meandered through the old streets. His speech meandered off topic. Autocracy, noun. Meaning, a system of government by one person with absolute power. Examples. North Korea is often described as an autocracy. An autocracy leaves no space for dissent. The ruler governed with autocratic control. Bureaucracy, noun. Meaning, a system of government where important decisions are made by state officials rather than elected representatives. Examples: bureaucracy can delay urgent work. He blamed bureaucracy for the slow process. Bureaucracy often values rules over results. Regime, noun. Meaning, a government, especially an authoritarian one. Examples: the military regime took power last year. The regime imposed strict laws. Many citizens protested the regime. Garrulous, adjective. Meaning, excessively talkative, especially on trivial matters. Examples: she became garrulous after a few drinks. The garrulous man annoyed everyone at the party. Don't mistake being friendly for being garrulous. Eloquent, adjective. Meaning, fluent or persuasive in speaking or writing. Examples: her speech was eloquent and moving. He's an eloquent defender of freedom. The lawyer made an eloquent argument. Connotation, noun. Meaning, an idea or feeling that a word invokes in addition to its literal meaning. Examples: home has a warm connotation. The word discipline can have a harsh connotation. Poets often rely on connotation to convey emotion. Synopsis, noun. Meaning, a brief summary or general survey of something. Examples: she gave a brief synopsis of the novel. Read the synopsis before watching the movie. The report began with a clear synopsis. Divulge, verb. Meaning, to make known, a secret or private information. Examples: he refused to divulge his sources. Don't ever divulge your password. She accidentally divulged the surprise. Verisimilitude, noun. Meaning, the appearance of being true or real. Examples: the novel lacked verisimilitude. The actor's performance had verisimilitude. Good documentaries aim for verisimilitude. Authentic, adjective. Meaning, genuine or real, not fake. Examples: this is an authentic signature. I want an authentic experience. The dish tastes authentic. Resonate, verb. Meaning, to evoke a strong emotional response or to produce a clear, lasting sound. Examples: her words resonated with the entire audience. The sound resonated through the hall. The message deeply resonated with young people. Desecrated, verb/adjective. Meaning, to treat something sacred with disrespect. Examples: the temple was desecrated. They desecrated the graves. Desecrated land lost its value. Credulous, adjective. Meaning, too ready to believe things, easily fooled. Examples: children are often credulous. He sold fake remedies to credulous customers. Her credulous nature got her scammed. Dissidence, noun. Meaning, disagreement, especially with an official policy. Examples: the government suppressed political dissidents. His writings expressed open dissidence. Dissidence is essential in a democracy. Segregate, verb. Meaning, to separate or divide groups, especially unfairly. Examples: laws once segregated people by race. She opposes any attempt to segregate students. They tried to segregate sick animals. Tirade, noun. Meaning, a long, angry, and critical speech. Examples: he launched into a tirade against corruption. Her tirade shocked the audience. The coach's tirade motivated the team. Repugnance, noun. Meaning, strong dislike or disgust. Examples. She felt repugnance toward cruelty. He couldn't hide his repugnance for the act. The smell caused immediate repugnance. Vacillation, noun. Meaning, inability to decide between different opinions. Examples. His vacillation delayed the project. Voters dislike political vacillation. Her vacillation cost her the opportunity. Ameliorate, verb. Meaning, to make something better or less severe. Examples. Policies were implemented to ameliorate living conditions. He tried to ameliorate the pain with medication. Education can ameliorate social inequality. Aberration, noun. Meaning, a deviation from what is normal or expected. Examples. His angry outburst was an aberration. The test results showed an aberration. Such behavior is an aberration in her record. Exemplary, adjective. Meaning, serving as a desirable model, outstanding. Examples. His conduct was exemplary. She received an award for exemplary service. The student showed exemplary behavior. Laudable, adjective. Meaning, deserving praise and commendation. Examples. Her efforts were truly laudable. The rescue mission was a laudable act. He showed laudable dedication to the cause. Altruistic, adjective. Meaning, unselfishly concerned for the well-being of others. Examples. Her altruistic nature won everyone's respect. He lived an altruistic life helping others. Altruistic acts inspire hope. Gregarious, adjective. Meaning, fond of company, sociable. Examples. She's a gregarious person who loves parties. Gregarious animals tend to live in groups. His gregarious nature makes him popular. Edifying, adjective. Meaning, providing moral or intellectual instruction. Examples. It was an edifying documentary. The book was both entertaining and edifying. He gave an edifying lecture on values. Futile, adjective. Meaning, pointless or useless, having no effect. Examples. It's futile to argue with him. All efforts to save the tree were futile. The search ended in a futile attempt. Delusion, noun. Meaning, a false belief or idea. Examples. He lived under the delusion of success. Her fame gave her delusions of grandeur. It was just a delusion, not real. Erratic, adjective. Meaning, unpredictable, inconsistent. Examples. His behavior is becoming erratic. Erratic driving can be dangerous. The stock market showed erratic trends. Dilapidated, adjective. Meaning, falling apart or ruined due to neglect. Examples. They lived in a dilapidated house. The school building was dilapidated. The car looked old and dilapidated. Trivial, adjective. Meaning, of little value or importance. Examples. Don't waste time on trivial matters. They argued over a trivial issue. The problem seemed trivial at first. Obstreperous, adjective. Meaning, noisy and difficult to control. Examples. The obstreperous child disrupted the class. He faced obstreperous opposition. Their behavior became increasingly obstreperous. Obtuse, adjective. Meaning, slow to understand, dull. Examples. He was too obtuse to take the hint. Her response was deliberately obtuse. I find his questions a bit obtuse. Venial, adjective. Meaning, easily excused or forgiven, not serious. Examples. It was a venial mistake, not a major offense. The teacher overlooked his venial error. Lying to protect someone is a venial sin. Insolent, adjective. Meaning, showing a rude and arrogant lack of respect. Examples. His insolent tone angered the manager. She gave an insolent reply. Don't be insolent to your elders. Feigned, adjective. Meaning, pretended or faked. Examples. He gave a feigned smile. Her feigned interest was obvious. They feigned surprise at the news. Interpretation, noun. Meaning, explanation or understanding of something. Examples. His interpretation of the poem was insightful. Religious texts allow multiple interpretations. That's one possible interpretation of the data. Utterance, noun. Meaning, a spoken word, statement, or vocal sound. Examples. Her every utterance was carefully noted. That was his last utterance before fainting. A strange utterance came from the room. Ascription, noun. Meaning, the act of assigning a quality or cause to something. Examples. The ascription of blame was unfair. Her success received the ascription to divine help. Ascription of motives should be based on evidence. Fallacy, noun. Meaning, a mistaken belief, especially based on unsound arguments. Examples. It's a common fallacy that money brings happiness. His argument was based on a fallacy. Superstitions are often rooted in fallacies. Plagiarism, noun. Meaning, copying someone else's work or ideas without credit. Examples. Plagiarism is a serious academic offense. The article was removed due to plagiarism. Always cite your sources to avoid plagiarism. Simulate, verb. Meaning, to imitate or replicate the appearance or character of something. Examples. The pilot trained on a flight simulator. Robots simulate human behavior. He simulated anger to get attention. Corroborated, verb. Meaning, confirmed or supported with evidence. Examples. The theory was corroborated by new evidence. Witnesses corroborated his version of the story. The facts were corroborated through documents. Compelling, adjective. Meaning, evoking interest, attention, or admiration, convincing. Examples. It was a compelling story. Her speech was compelling and emotional. The evidence was too compelling to ignore. Denunciation, noun. Meaning, public condemnation of someone or something. Examples. The leader's actions drew denunciation. She faced denunciation for her views. The denunciation was swift and strong. Obliterate, verb. Meaning, destroy completely. Examples. The village was obliterated in the war. Time cannot obliterate memories. They obliterated all evidence. Acquit, verb. Meaning, to declare someone not guilty. Examples. The court acquitted him of all charges. He was acquitted due to lack of evidence. The judge acquitted the defendant. Vehemence, noun. Meaning, intensity or forcefulness of expression or emotion. Examples. He spoke with vehemence. Her vehemence surprised everyone. The protest was marked by vehemence. Tempestuous, adjective. Meaning, stormy or full of strong emotions. Examples. Their relationship was tempestuous. A tempestuous debate broke out. The sea was tempestuous that night. Emancipate, verb. Meaning, to free from restraint or control. Examples. The movement sought to emancipate the oppressed. Slaves were emancipated in the 19th century. Education can emancipate the mind. Slothful, adjective. Meaning, lazy and unwilling to work. Examples. His slothful attitude led to failure. Slothful behavior harms productivity. The team cannot afford to be slothful. Callow, adjective. Meaning, inexperienced and immature. Examples. A callow recruit joined the force. His callow remarks were ignored. Youth is often callow but promising. Barbarous, adjective. Meaning, extremely cruel or uncivilized. Examples. The barbarous act shocked the nation. Ancient punishments were often barbarous. His barbarous behavior was unacceptable. Supercilious, adjective. Meaning, behaving as though one is superior to others. Examples. He gave a supercilious smile. The supercilious tone offended many. Supercilious people are hard to work with. Malleable, adjective. Meaning, easily influenced or shaped. Examples. Children's minds are malleable in their early years. Gold is a malleable metal. She was malleable and open to new ideas. Stigmatize, verb. Meaning, to label someone negatively, causing social disapproval or shame. Examples. Society should not stigmatize mental illness. The media often stigmatizes certain groups. Stigmatizing language harms inclusion. Perfidious, adjective. Meaning, deceitful and untrustworthy. Examples. The perfidious act shocked his friends. She was betrayed by a perfidious lover. A perfidious ally can cause great harm. Scandalized, verb. Meaning, shocked or horrified by something considered immoral. Examples. The community was scandalized by the news. She was scandalized by his rude behavior. Their scandalized faces said it all. Petrify, verb. Meaning, to make someone so frightened that they are unable to move or think. Examples. The thought of speaking on stage petrifies me. She was petrified when she heard strange noises at night. The horror movie petrified the kids into silence. Squander, verb. Meaning, to waste something, especially money, time, or opportunities. Examples. Don't squander your opportunities. She squandered all her salary in a day. Youth is too precious to squander. Infatuation, noun. Meaning, an intense but short-lived passion or admiration for someone or something. Examples. Her infatuation with the actor faded quickly. Teenagers often mistake infatuation for true love. His decisions were clouded by infatuation. Denouement, noun. Meaning, the final outcome or resolution of a story or situation. Examples. The novel's denouement was unexpected. The movie had a dramatic denouement. Every story needs a satisfying denouement. Esoteric, adjective. Meaning, intended for or likely to be understood by a small, specific group. Examples. The lecture was full of esoteric ideas. Esoteric knowledge was shared only among elders. Her writings are too esoteric for general readers. Ineffable, adjective. Meaning, too great or extreme to be expressed in words. Examples. The beauty of the sunset was ineffable. He felt an ineffable joy on meeting her. Certain emotions are truly ineffable. Spectrum, noun. Meaning, a range of something, such as ideas, colors, or opinions. Examples. The political spectrum covers many ideologies. Light splits into a spectrum of colors. Her talents span a wide spectrum. Abridge, verb. Meaning, to shorten a text without losing its essential meaning. Examples. The editor abridged the novel for younger readers. Please abridge your speech to fit the time. The abridged version was easier to understand. Methodical, adjective. Meaning, done in an orderly, careful, and systematic way. Examples. She follows a methodical approach to studying. The engineer was methodical in his design. Be methodical while solving math problems. Redundant, adjective. Meaning, unnecessarily repetitive or no longer needed. Examples. Avoid redundant words in your writing. The explanation was redundant and confusing. Due to automation, many jobs became redundant. Abscond, verb. Meaning, to leave secretly and suddenly, especially to avoid arrest or prosecution. Examples. The suspect absconded with company funds. He absconded before the trial began. Police are searching for the absconding offender. Abstain, verb. Meaning, to deliberately choose not to do or have something. Examples. He abstains from alcohol for health reasons. Several members abstained from voting. She chose to abstain from commenting. Dampen, verb. Meaning, to reduce the strength, enthusiasm, or effect of something. Examples. Her spirits were dampened by the bad news. The rain dampened the ground. Criticism dampened his enthusiasm. Relinquish, verb. Meaning, to voluntarily give up possession, power, or control of something. Examples. He relinquished his claim to the property. She was forced to relinquish control of the company. They relinquished their right to protest. Disseminate, verb. Meaning, to spread information, knowledge, or ideas widely. Examples. The news was disseminated quickly. The organization disseminates information about health. They disseminated their findings online. Escalate, verb. Meaning, to increase rapidly in intensity, seriousness, or extent. Examples. The conflict escalated into a full-scale war. Prices have escalated dramatically. Tensions escalated after the announcement. Delineate, verb. Meaning, to describe, portray, or explain something precisely. Examples. The report delineates the plan clearly. He delineated the boundary on the map. The artist skillfully delineated the scene. Vigilance, noun. Meaning, the action of keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties. Examples. Constant vigilance is required in such situations. Security maintained high vigilance. Vigilance prevented a major accident. Diffident, adjective. Meaning, modest or shy because of a lack of self-confidence. Examples. He was too diffident to speak in public. A diffident smile crossed her face. The student appeared diffident during the interview. Dilly-dally, verb. Meaning, to waste time by being slow or indecisive. Examples. Stop dilly-dallying and finish your work. He dilly-dallied instead of making a decision. Dilly-dallying can cause missed opportunities. Demean, verb. Meaning, to lower the dignity, status, or respect of someone. Examples. He demeaned her in front of the whole class. Don't demean others to feel superior. Such comments only demean your character. Integrity, noun. Meaning, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Examples. A leader must have integrity to gain people's trust. She handled the situation with complete integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Unsustainable, adjective. Meaning, unable to continue at the same rate or level for a long period. Examples. Her workload was unsustainable in the long run. This lifestyle is financially unsustainable. Unsustainable choices harm the environment. Interment, noun. Meaning, the act of burying a dead body in a grave. Examples. The interment took place at the village cemetery. Family and friends gathered for the interment ceremony. Interment is a deeply emotional and traditional ritual. Reevaluate, verb. Meaning, to consider or assess something again, especially in a new situation. Examples. I had to reevaluate my priorities after the accident. Let's reevaluate our plan before finalizing. She reevaluated her decision to quit the job. Irreverent, adjective. Meaning, showing a lack of respect for people or things that are generally respected. Examples. His irreverent jokes offended the elderly audience. The film's irreverent take on religion sparked controversy. She has an irreverent attitude towards tradition. Conviction, noun. Meaning, a strong belief or opinion, also a formal declaration of guilt in court. Examples. Her conviction kept her strong during the crisis. He spoke with deep conviction. The court announced his conviction for fraud. Exploitation, noun. Meaning, the act of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work or resources. Examples. Child exploitation must be condemned. He protested against labor exploitation. Exploitation of the poor is unethical. Patronizing, adjective. Meaning, treating someone as if they are less intelligent or less important than you. Examples. His tone was deeply patronizing. Don't be so patronizing toward others. She hated the patronizing remarks. Unassailable, adjective. Meaning, impossible to attack, criticize, or defeat successfully. Examples. She built an unassailable argument. His reputation was unassailable. The fortress seemed unassailable. Atonement, noun. Meaning, something done to make up for a wrong or injury. Examples. He sought atonement for his past mistakes. Atonement is central in many religions. Acts of kindness can be a form of atonement. Solvent, adjective. Meaning, having enough money to pay all debts. Examples. The company remained solvent during the crisis. She worked hard to stay solvent. Being solvent gives financial security. Cynosure, noun. Meaning, a person or thing that attracts a great deal of attention or admiration. Examples. Her dress made her the cynosure of the party. The monument is the cynosure of the city square. He became the cynosure of all eyes. Entangled, adjective. Meaning, caught in a complicated or difficult situation. Examples. He got entangled in a messy legal dispute. Her emotions were deeply entangled with the past. The wires were so entangled that it took hours to separate them. Estrange, verb. Meaning, to make someone feel distant or no longer affectionate. Examples. Fame estranged him from his childhood friends. Their constant arguments estranged them as a couple. A misunderstanding can estrange even close companions. Sophisticated, adjective. Meaning, having refined knowledge, tastes, or complexity. Examples. She wore a sophisticated black dress to the gala. His arguments were sophisticated and well-reasoned. Their software uses sophisticated technology. Anticipation, noun. Meaning, the act of expecting or looking forward to something. Examples. The anticipation of results made her nervous. He waited in great anticipation for the ceremony. Their eyes were full of anticipation before the match. Forethought, noun. Meaning, careful planning or thinking in advance. Examples. His forethought saved the company from loss. With forethought, she packed extra water for the hike. The design lacked forethought and planning. Impetuous, adjective. Meaning, acting quickly without thinking or care. Examples. His impetuous decision cost him the job. Don't be impetuous, think before you act. She gave an impetuous response without listening fully. Novice, noun. Meaning, a person who is new to or inexperienced in a particular activity or field. Examples. I'm a novice at chess. She's still a novice in coding. Mistakes are common for novices. Equity, noun. Meaning, fairness and justice in the way people are treated. Examples. Equity in education matters. She believes in gender equity. The law ensures equity for all. Foil, verb/noun. Meaning, to prevent something from succeeding, verb. A contrast to highlight qualities, noun. Examples. The police foiled the robbery. Her calm nature served as a perfect foil to his aggression. The villain's plan was foiled by a clever twist. Earnest, adjective. Meaning, serious and sincere in intention, purpose, or effort. Examples. She made an earnest attempt to help. His earnest apology moved everyone. He spoke in an earnest tone. Resilience, noun. Meaning, the ability to recover quickly from difficulties and adapt to challenges. Examples. Her resilience after the accident inspired everyone. Resilience is key to overcoming failures. Children often show great emotional resilience. Pensive, adjective. Meaning, deeply thoughtful, often with a touch of sadness or seriousness. Examples. She sat in a pensive mood by the window. His pensive face revealed his worries. The novel had a pensive tone. Heedful, adjective. Meaning, paying careful attention, mindful and attentive. Examples. Be heedful of the warnings. Heedful travelers avoid scams. She was always heedful of her words. Apathetic, adjective. Meaning, showing or feeling no interest, enthusiasm, or concern. Examples. She was apathetic about politics. His apathetic attitude shocked everyone. The students seemed apathetic during the lecture. Enamored, adjective. Meaning, filled with love, fascination, or deep admiration for someone or something. Examples. She was enamored with Paris. He's deeply enamored by her kindness. Tourists are often enamored by the city's beauty. Resentment, noun. Meaning, a bitter feeling of anger caused by being treated unfairly. Examples. He felt deep resentment toward his boss. Her silence was full of resentment. Years of resentment had built up. Evanescent, adjective. Meaning, lasting for only a very short time, quickly fading or disappearing. Examples. Youth is evanescent. The rainbow was evanescent. Her beauty was evanescent yet striking. Lenient, adjective. Meaning, more merciful or tolerant than expected, not strict. Examples. The teacher was lenient with late homework. He received a lenient sentence. Parents were lenient with their children. Validate, verb. Meaning, to prove that something is correct, reasonable, or acceptable. Examples. The test results validate her theory. His passport was validated at the airport. Can you validate this parking ticket? Profoundly, adverb. Meaning, deeply or intensely, to a very great extent. Examples. The experience changed her profoundly. He was profoundly moved by the speech. The loss affected the community profoundly. Affluence, noun. Meaning, the state of having a great deal of money, wealth, or material prosperity. Examples. They lived in affluence. Affluence can bring both comfort and pride. His affluence was clear from his lifestyle. Avid, adjective. Meaning, extremely enthusiastic about or interested in something. Examples. She's an avid reader. He is avid about learning new skills. They were avid fans of cricket. Toil, verb/noun. Meaning, to work very hard and continuously, hard physical or mental work. Examples. Farmers toil under the sun. Years of toil brought him success. She toiled day and night for the exam. Pronouncement, noun. Meaning, a formal, official, or authoritative statement or declaration. Examples. The judge made a pronouncement on the verdict. His pronouncement shocked the entire team. The company issued a formal pronouncement regarding the merger. Wield, verb. Meaning, to hold and use power, influence, authority, or a weapon effectively. Examples. He wields great influence in politics. The warrior wielded his sword with skill. She wields authority wisely. Reverence, noun. Meaning, deep respect and admiration for someone or something. Examples. They bowed in reverence before the idol. He spoke with reverence about his teacher. Her eyes showed reverence for tradition. Blasphemy, noun. Meaning, speech or actions that show disrespect toward God, religion, or sacred things. Examples. His words were considered blasphemy. Blasphemy is a serious offense in some countries. They accused him of committing blasphemy. Apathy, noun. Meaning, a lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern about something. Examples. Public apathy led to low voting turnout. She showed complete apathy towards her work. Apathy can ruin relationships. Torment, noun/verb. Meaning, severe physical or mental suffering, to cause intense pain or distress. Examples. The prisoner suffered torment for days. Guilt tormented him all night. She was tormented by bad dreams. Anguish, noun. Meaning, extreme mental or physical pain, sorrow, or distress. Examples. She cried out in anguish. The loss filled him with anguish. Anguish was visible on his face. Enraged, adjective. Meaning, extremely angry or furious. Examples. He was enraged by the insult. The boss looked enraged during the meeting. She was enraged when her phone was stolen.